The United States of America is a federal republic located in North America. It is the world's third largest country by land area, covering an area of about 3.7 million square miles. And it is the fourth most populous country, with a population of over 330 million people. The United States has a rich and diverse history, and it was founded on the principles of liberty, democracy, and equality. The country has a constitutional federal government, and its political system is based on the separation of powers between the federal government and the state governments. The United States is a major global power, with a strong and diverse economy, a sophisticated military, and significant cultural and political influence. The country is a leading producer of many goods, including electronics, cars, and agricultural products. And it is also a major player in the global financial and political spheres. One of the unique aspects of the United States is its multiculturalism, which is reflected in its diverse population and its many different cultural traditions and customs. The country is home to people from many different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, and it has a rich and diverse cultural heritage. The United States is also known for its natural beauty and its many national parks and protected areas. These include iconic landmarks such as the Grand Canyon and the Yellowstone National Park, which attract millions of visitors each year. One of the key aspects of the United States political system is its federal structure, which divides power and authority between the federal government and the state government. The federal government is responsible for national policies and programs such as defense, foreign relations, and monetary policy, while the state governments are responsible for issues that affect their individual states, such as education and public safety. The federal government is divided into three branches: the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. The legislative branch is composed of the Congress, which is made up of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Congress has the power to make laws and approve the government's budget. The executive branch is headed by the President, who is the head of state and the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. The President is elected by the people and serves a 4-year term, and he or she is responsible for implementing the laws and policies of the federal government. The judicial branch is composed of the Supreme Court and other federal courts, which interpret the law and apply it to specific cases. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, and it has the power to interpret the Constitution and to make decisions that affect the entire country. One of the unique aspects of the United States is its multiculturalism, which is reflected in its diverse population and its many different cultural traditions and customs. The country is home to people from many different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, and this diversity is a source of pride and strength for the nation. The United States has a long history of immigration, and this has contributed to the country's cultural diversity. Over the centuries, people from many different countries and regions have come to the United States in search of new opportunities and a better life. Today, the United States is home to people from many different ethnic and cultural backgrounds, and this diversity is reflected in the country's art, literature, and cuisine. The country's multiculturalism is an important part of its national identity, and it continues to be a source of pride and inspiration for its people. Another unique aspect of the United States is its natural beauty, which is reflected in its many national parks and protected areas. These include iconic landmarks, such as the Grand Canyon and the Yellowstone National Park, which attract millions of visitors each year. The United States is also home to a wide range of flora and fauna, and its many different ecosystems support a diverse range of species. The country's natural beauty is an important part of its national heritage, and it is protected by a variety of laws and policies. One of the key issues facing the United States is its political polarization and division. In recent years, the country has become increasingly divided along political and ideological lines, and this has led to increased polarization and conflict. This political division is reflected in the country's political parties and institutions, which have become more ideologically distinct and entrenched in their positions. This has made it difficult for the government to effectively address the country's challenges and to find common ground on important issues. Another issue facing the United States is its growing income inequality and the unequal distribution of wealth. Despite the country's overall economic growth and prosperity, many Americans are facing economic insecurity and are struggling to make ends meet. The United States has one of the highest levels of income inequality among developed countries, and this has led to concerns about social mobility and the potential for economic and political instability. The government has implemented various policies and programs to address these issues, but the challenge remains significant. One of the key challenges facing the United States is its response to climate change and environmental degradation. The United States is a major contributor to global greenhouse gas emissions, and it has been criticized for its lack of action to address the problem. The country is home to many different ecosystems and natural habitats, and these are under threat from the impacts of climate change, such as rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and loss of biodiversity. The United States' reliance on fossil fuels and its high levels of consumption also contribute to environmental degradation and pollution. The United States has been slow to respond to these challenges, and it has faced criticism from other countries and international organizations for its lack of action. However, the country has recently begun to take steps to address these issues, including implementing new policies and regulations to reduce emissions and protect natural habitats. Another challenge facing the United States is its healthcare system, which is complex and expensive, and which leaves many Americans without access to affordable and quality care. The United States spends more on healthcare than any other country, but it has poor health outcomes compared to other developed countries. The government has implemented various policies and reforms to address these challenges, including the Affordable Care Act, which expanded access to health care for many Americans. However, the country's healthcare system remains a major challenge, and addressing it will require significant efforts and resources. One of the key issues facing the United States is its response to global challenges, such as terrorism and political instability. The United States is a major global power, and it has a significant role to play in addressing these challenges and promoting peace and stability around the world. The country has been involved in a number of military conflicts and interventions in recent years, and these have raised concerns about the potential for further violence and instability. The United States has also faced criticism for its use of drones and other weapons, and for its actions in Guantanamo Bay and other detention facilities. The United States has also been a leader in the global fight against terrorism, and it has worked with other countries and international organizations to combat terrorist groups and promote stability and security. However, the threat of terrorism remains a significant concern, and the United States will need to continue to work with its allies and partners to address this challenge. Another global challenge facing the United States is the rise of other countries and the potential for increased competition and conflict, as other countries, such as China and Russia, have become more economically and militarily powerful. There are concerns that they could challenge the United States' dominant position in the global order. The United States will need to carefully manage these relationships and ensure that it is prepared to respond to these challenges and maintain its position as a global leader. This will require a strong and effective foreign policy, as well as continued cooperation with its allies and partners. In conclusion, the United States is a vast and complex country with a rich history and a thriving economy. Its political system, cultural diversity, and natural beauty make it a unique and fascinating place, and it continues to play a significant role on the global stage. However, the United States also faces many challenges and issues, including political polarization, income inequality, and the unequal distribution of wealth. These challenges will require significant efforts and resources to address, and they will continue to be a major focus for the government and the people in the coming years.